Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Hey, everyone. It's your boy, B3. And we're back with, I want to say, another book reveal. I know what you're all thinking. Oh, B3, you haven't released All Dinosaurs Go to Hell yet. Why are you announcing another book? Fair. All Dinosaurs Go to Hell, I took a big break from it when I started a new job, and I'm going to get back on it. But it's been so long since I worked on it. What I'm going to do for All Dinosaurs Go to Hell is I'm going to record the audiobook for up to the point I have it at so that I remember all the specifics, and then I'll finish the ending. Because I basically just have to end it. But I want to make sure I go through and get it all committed back to memory. Yeah. And then if anything changes, in any chapter, I'll change that too. I'm being a little more informal now than I was with the book. And then I'll submit that book to Kindle to be published. But I was kind of watching a lot of horror stuff. Wanted to get a horror book out there. So I wrote a little horror thing and I published it. And this is a series that I've had an idea for a long time and just straight up thought wasn't going to happen. But then like I have with miniseries, I was like, fuck it, let's make it a book. This series is called Lost Happenings, and it is a sequel to my web series, The Slender Happening. If you want to watch The Slender Happening, it has its own channel because it was kind of like a found footage ARG thing, so I didn't want to break immersion by putting it on this channel or something. Instead, I'm breaking immersion with this video. So Lost Happenings is kind of written in the form of letters, like collected journal entries, kind of like Dracula or Frankenstein is, that actually made it very easy to convert Frankenstein into a couple different found footage films, especially the Frankenstein theory, though. Even though I prefer the Frankenstein's Army. But Lost Happenings is a continuation of the Slender Happening, and even though the Slender Happening finale isn't out yet, the Slender Happening finale is going to kind of intentionally be confusing and vague. So, and also maybe you could probably guess how it ends if you remember the events of the Slender Happening. If not, they're all still up, except the one episode that YouTube took down, but it's not super necessary. I'll re-upload it on this channel with context and stuff, so we can talk about why it got taken down and etc. But it did get taken down. So, Lost Happenings, Entry 1, The Puzzled Man. So each entry in Lost Happenings is going to be about a different supernaturally thing. Some of them I came up with, like The Puzzled Man is a creation of mine, very, very loosely based on the aesthetic of Hellraiser, but not Hellraiser itself. And then I have some other creations that I've been just sitting on for a while that I'm going to use for this series that I don't want to mention just yet. And then we also have things like Bigfoot and the Wendigo, standard stuff like that I'm going to include in here, but then I'm going to kind of rewrite the mythology for. And Bigfoot was also in the Slender Happening, so that's already established as an existing creature in this world. But this is a sequel that follows a new character. He doesn't have a name. He's just called the Author, and he just writes these books. He's a mortician. That's not revealed in this specific book that I just published, because you can see I've submitted it for publishing. Like, it's done. It's uploaded. It's just in review, right? Kindle has to make sure I have the correct distributor rights, which I do because it's mine. I made it. And then they're going to post it. It's going to be 99 cents. I wanted it to be free. I wanted to make it free. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me make it free. I don't know why. I've seen other free books on Kindle. I know I have several of them. I wanted it to be free. They would not let me. So it's 99 cents. And I'm not even going to see any of that money. I think royalty wise, if something's 99 cents, I get 13 cents. Amazon gets almost all of it. Whatever. So I made it as cheap as it would possibly let me. And I made it available on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for no additional cost, I think. You don't have to pay the 99 cents. I also made it so that you can lend it to your friends on Kindle so that they don't have to pay for it in addition to you. So if someone wanted to like split it, you could do a lending thing. I don't know. I wanted to make it as cheap as possible. My most expensive book is $2.99 on Amazon. So, it's not like I'm known for expensive books or anything. But yeah, it's 99 cents. It's as cheap as possible. And hopefully it's worth that. I hope you think it's worth that. It is going to be a long running series. I don't know how long because it's going to kind of change and stuff as it continues. And this is just a tiny little introduction. But you might want to rewatch The Slender Happening beforehand, because it does reference a lot of previous stuff from The Slender Happening. But as the series goes on, The Slender Happening will be less and less relevant to the story of Lost Happenings, because Lost Happenings is from the perspective of a character you never saw in The Slender Happening. And a lot of the stuff from The Slender Happening is going to be restated so if you haven't seen it, down the line, everything that happened in The Slender Happening is going to be re-explained. Like, what's Sigma radiation? Why are so many monsters in this town? Etc., etc. All that will be re-explained at some point. I think I'm going to explain Sigma radiation and everything like right at the beginning of the next book. And why there's so many monsters like at the beginning of entry 2. Just to make it super easy. This one, it's a horror series, but this first book isn't spooky. It's more an introduction of the character and what it's going to be like. And it even maybe has a happy ending. Horror stuff that I write often won't have a happy ending. At the very least, it'll have a neutral ending, usually. But the thing about something that's like being written as notes is you kind of just if you want the character to finish writing what happened, they have to survive is the thing about this, because they can't write down what they experienced if they didn't survive the experience. And I guess you could have like another character write the ending if they died, but you'll see. You'll see. So it's just written from the perspective of this mortician that a bunch of supernatural stuff is happening to. He kind of takes my character from the Slender Happenings place in more ways than one, both in and out of the story. It's very interesting. So that's it. Lost Happenings, Entry 1, The Puzzled Man. Definitely check it out. There is a link to my author page on Amazon in the link tree in the description below. And I hope you will all really enjoy it. If you liked my found footage stuff, or you like found footage at all, or this writing style, it's the book for you. 99 cents. Come on. It's 99 cents. So that's it. Thank you all once again. And Merry Christmas. Also, it might not be out yet. It's still processing, as I said. It's in review, so just wait.